Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Vina Sada with student ID last number 023 from class 4A. And today I will present a summary of 10 journal articles for our extensive reading class. So without much more, let's begin. So this is overview of my presentation. The first one is title and content, which include purpose, methods, and findings. And the second one is benefit for reader. The third one is strength and weakness. And the last one, number 4, is interconnection between articles. So the first article are Enhancing Public Speaking Confidence, a program for higher education students with fear of public speaking, by Sirapop, Shosak, and Walainard. This study developed and tested an 8-week program to reduce public speaking anxiety in university students using a mixed methods designed quantitative pre-post test with 10 students and qualitative interview. The program integrated transformative, experimental, and humanistic learning principles. The findings show significant improvement in confidence and reduced anxiety driven by a supportive environment, gradual exposure, peer feedback, and reflective practices. And benefit for reader, educator can gain a practical, theory-based framework to help university students overcome fear of public speaking. And the strength of this first article was strong integration of 3 learning theories with rich qualitative data explaining why the program worked. And the weakness are no control group, small sample size, and self-selected participant limit generalizability. Okay, next, the second article, Building Critical Thinking and Self-Confidence in Speaking Class for Non-Native English Speaker by UD, Nizam, and Ideal. This study explored the challenges and effectiveness of problem-based learning, or PBL, in building critical thinking and speaking confidence among non-native English-speaking engineering students. Using a mixed method design, survey with 80 students plus interview, a 10-week PBL intervention was implemented. The findings reveal that the language barrier, passive learning habit, and lack of confidence were major obstacles, but PBL significantly improved speaking proficiency, collaboration, critical thinking, and self-confidence. And the benefit for reader is provides evidence that PBL effectively builds critical thinking and speaking confidence for non-native English students in vocational education. And the strength is robust mixed method designed with relatively large sample and strong statistical analysis. And for the weakness are does not explain in detail how PBL activities were specifically designed to address each language barrier. Okay, next. Third article, Building Beginner Self-Confidence in Speaking at Private High School in Makassar, by Vivit, Ramli, and Rafiko. This classroom action research aimed to build speaking self-confidence in 36 beginner EFL students at a private high school in Makassar using scripted role plays. Over 8 meetings, data from observation and semi-structured interview were analyzed using interpretive phenomenological analysis. The findings show that scripted role play significantly improved self-confidence. Students became emotionally engaged, spoke without shyness, and practiced more due to reduced anxiety and knowing exactly what to say from the script. And the benefit for a reader is EFL teacher of beginners get ready to use scripted role play strategy like market, hospital, restaurant that builds confidence and before accuracy. And the strength were rich qualitative data with student interview excerpts clear 7-stage teaching protocol includes samples, scripts, and real classroom example. And weakness is no control group, single school context limits, generalizability, self-assessment data may be biased. Okay, next is 4th article, enhancing young EFL learners' vocabulary learning through contextualizing animated videos by Amir. This study examined the effectiveness of context-based learning with animated videos for teaching vocabulary to 20 young Sudanese EFL learners aged 7 and 8. Over 4 weeks, a group control received context-based learning only, while an experimental group also used animated videos. Pre- and post-test and a questionnaire showed that the experimental group significantly outperformed the control group, especially in verbs and adverbs. Animated videos also increase engagement, motivation, and positive attitudes toward classroom interaction. And the benefit for readers is teachers of young learners learn that contextualized animated videos significantly boost vocabulary, especially verbs and adverbs. And for the strength, clean experimental design with a random assignment and control group, statistically significant result with detailed pre-test and post-test comparison. And the weakness are small sample size, short treatment periods, only 4 weeks, limited to context word only, function word excluded, only specific to Sudanese young learner context. Okay, next. 5th article, improving student vocabulary mastery through teaching real objects. This classroom action research aimed to improve vocabulary mastery of AMEK Medicom student using real objects or realia. The study was conducted in 2 cycles with 30 students using quantitative tests and qualitative observation questionnaire diaries data. The findings show that significant improvement. The mean score increased from 34.66 in pre-test to 91 in cycle 2 meeting 3, with 100% of students scoring above 75 by the end. And the benefit for a reader is English teacher receive a simple proven technique using real objects to improve vocabulary mastery step by step. And the strength was clear, detailed data presentation showing progressive improvement across 6 meetings with strong result, 100% mastery achieved. And the weaknesses are limited to one class. A single institution might not be generalizable to other contexts or age group without adaptation. Okay, next, 6th article, teaching vocabulary using flashcard in Indonesian ESP classroom, a one-shot case study. This by Rani and Rosanna. This quantitative one-shot case study examined vocabulary learning outcomes and student activities when using flashcard to teach English for specific purposes. At a vocational high school, 31 students received flashcard-based instruction, then completed a vocabulary test under observation. Results show a mean score 73.97, good, with students demonstrating enthusiasm, active participation, and improved understanding, reasoning, and writing skill. And the benefit for the reader is ESP teacher discover that flashcards are an effective, low-cost, and engaging tool for teaching vocabulary while building 4C skill. And the strength focus on the specific and often underexplored ESP context, uses clear rubric for evaluating vocabulary mastery, and the weakness are one-shot case study design has no control group or pre-test, making it difficult to attribute gains solely to the treatment. Okay, next. 7th article, Improving Student Speaking Fluency Through Small Group Discussion Strategy by Ahmad, Yazid, and Rokan. This classroom action research aimed to improve speaking fluency of 13 intermediate level medical students at UIN Malang using small group discussion (SGD) strategy using chemist and McTaggart model over 2 cycles. The study implemented SGD with games and brainstorming. The findings showed a significant improvement in fluency, communication, and explanation, with 100% of students achieving the target score. And the benefit for the readers are educator get a clear step-by-step small group discussion guide with practical activity like brainstorming and word games. And for strength, clear action research methodology with detailed scoring table showing progressive improvement across cycles addresses ESP, medical context, and the weakness are small sample size limited to one specific institutional context, UIN Boarding University, UIN Malang. Next, the eighth article. The eighth article, Effect of Group Discussion-Based Learning on English Speaking Fluency, a study by Dr. D. Chandra. This qualitative review synthesized empirical evidence on group discussion-based learning (GDBL) for EFL speaking fluency, analyzing multiple pre-test, post-test studies. It examined fluency metrics, learner perception, and confidence level. Findings show that GDBL yields statistically significant fluency gains through increased interaction, reduced speaking anxiety, positive learner perception, and enhanced automatically in speaking production. And for benefit the reader is EFL teacher gain a research-backed understanding that group discussion reduces anxiety and increases fluency through peer interaction and peer review. And the strength was strong theoretical backgrounding integrates both performance, outcomes, and learner perception. Provide specific classroom example and practical recommendation. And the weakness are review study rather than primary research, does not present original data, and lacks longitudinal evidence on retention of fluency gains. Okay, next, ninth article, Improving English Speaking Fluency, The Role of Six Factor by Gholom Hussein and Fatemeh. This qualitative interview study examined factors affecting speaking fluency among 17 fluent Iranian EFL speaker, C1 or C2. Findings show that an early start around age 9 greatly improved fluency, while university education had no positive effect due to limited speaking opportunities and lack of native speaker. Institute teachers play a sportive, motivational role. Teaching English positively impacted most participants' fluency. Both printed and electronic dictionary were valuable, and strategic note taking, small notebook, color pens, picture, contextual example proved highly effective. And for the benefit reader is language learner and teacher learn concrete strategy from truly fluent speaker. Start early, use dictionary wisely, and take notes creatively. And for the strength is rich qualitative data from truly fluent EFL speaker, C1 or C2 level, intercoder reliability, practical learner center finding. And for the weakness, a retrospective self-report data may be subjected to memory bias, limited to Iranian context, no quantitative measurement of fluency gains. Next. The last one, 10 article, The Use of Small Group Discussion to Improve Student Speaking Skill by Cynthia and Berlinda. This qualitative action research at SMKN 1 Bandar Lampung involving 13th 10th grade students examined the effectiveness of SGD for improving speaking skill using online classroom action. Research via Zoom data were collected through questionnaires and interview. The findings show that positive student response, 25 until 28 students agree that SGD increases confidence, intellectual agility, respectful listening, and collaborative learning habits. And the last one, the important one, is critical thinking during speaking activities. For the benefit the reader is teacher learned that small group discussion work well even in online classes to build confidence and critical thinking. And the strength was addresses contemporary online learning context, uses both questionnaire and interview data, focuses on vocational high school students. And the weakness are small sample from one school, lack pre-test or post-test, speaking score, relies primarily on self-reported perception rather than measure fluency improvement. Next one is interconnection between these 10 articles. Across all 10 articles, students will learn better by doing, not just by listening. Group discussion, problem solving, and role plays boost fluency and confidence, while visual tools like animated videos, real object, and flashcard aid vocabulary retention. A key insight is build beginners' confidence first, then focus on accuracy. Success factors include gradual exposure, peer support, and safe classroom atmosphere. Despite limitations like small sample and short intervention, the evidence strongly shows that interactive confidence-built strategies outperform traditional lectures. Okay, that's it from me, Fina Sada. Thank you very much for watching and listening my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.